Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, comrades, this is Kenya Revolutionary. Today, we want to address what transpired in Kenya. We've warned the leadership of this country for a while now. And finally, we witnessed with our own eyes what happened to the parliament. Sorry, my microphone is acting up, but I shall get it working. The first order of business, as I start this session, I started a little bit early. I would please ask you to like the video if you've already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Find it on YouTube. The name is right there, Kenya Revolutionary. As I struggle to fix this microphone that's giving me problems. I hope I'm audible. I'm glad to see everyone. Take a minute and like the video. Take a minute. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I want Ruto to see this. And equally, those who attended the protests, who supported it, and even those who don't support it or on the other side of the aisle, which I think are in the minority on this. Because it is important that the leadership of this country understand and listen carefully when the wananchi are speaking. So do me a favor. I know most people watch these videos. They watch it, but they fail to maybe not only subscribe, but they don't like it. I'm not saying they don't like the video. I'm just saying they don't like, as in hit the like button. I would like to ask you kindly today, especially today. You wonder why I ask for you to like it. I ask you to like it because when you like the video, it puts the video in the algorithm so it can circulate to as many people as possible. And this message today is going to be very, very, very important to the majority of us. So let's aim for 1,000 likes for this video. It's not impossible. I know you might be watching this and you don't want to participate. You just want to listen. But today, I will ask you kindly, like the video. Just hit that like button so this video circulates. So as many Kenyans and the people around the world, Kenyans in diaspora, Kenyans in Kenya, can see it and subscribe. It's free. So thank you so much. Let me start by saying hello to everyone. Betsy Akoko. Good year. Nice seeing you. A wonderful friend. Dirkson. Karibu sana. And all of you who are watching. I said this in my previous video. In fact, years before, if you go to my old videos, I've always said that the only way Kenyans can rescue this country is through a popular revolution, because the military coup d'etat is a near impossibility. We don't have a history of that. But a popular revolution can happen only if we abandon this whole idea of depending on political leaders and these political coalitions, okay, which are just in bed with the oppressors. Let's not get it twisted. You know, even if the opposition was in power, we will still be going through the same things, maybe to a lesser degree or to a worse degree than the ones by Ruto. But all the same, these guys are all corrupt. But the issue today is towards the government at hand, William Samoei Ruto. Okay? Again, let's get started. But before, like this video so this video can circulate everywhere. I want as many people to see this video so Ruto gets the message. He probably got it, but we need to verbalize it. Not only me, but thousands of Kenya and everyone who has a platform has a responsible duty to address the government of Kenya. There's protest everywhere. Everywhere. There's one that's going to take place in France. There's a gentleman who's here who told me he just left in one. His name is Hot News something. I forgot his last Hot News, I think. He was in England somewhere. Portland in England. He told me there was one up there that he was part of. So Kenyans in diaspora, Kenyans in Kenya are all speaking in one voice. Majority of them. Most of them being the Gen Z and millennials. Even the older folks are all in agreement that William Samoei Ruto needs to listen to the people and respect the will of the people. You cannot shoot innocent protesters to death. What's easier? Shooting them or just listening to their concern and obeying it? You work for them. They don't work for you. They pay each and every member of parliament in that parliamentary building. Understand that, Ruto. I will play his speech here because I just listened a little bit of it. I didn't listen to the whole thing, but he was referring to these protesters as criminals. Really? They rejected this finance bill. They told you nicely. You ignored their call. You went and rallied up both majority of the members of parliament to vote this thing through. Then you're surprised that they came and invaded the parliamentary building. You're surprised. And you're calling them criminals, shooting them down in the streets. I saw a young man who was laying down dead outside the parliamentary compound. Died with a flag in his hands. What a hero. From what I gathered, he had no weapons. Wasn't violent, but he was shot to death. Protesting against this government that has refused to listen. What will it take for you to listen, William Ruto? I told you, taking an intransigent posture, especially now that the emotions are high, people are highly upset with you, using your minions like Intumbi, will not help you. You're going to make matters worse. You are going to make matters worse, Ruto. You are going to make matters worse. And think about this. You just deployed the military in the streets of Nairobi, CBD. You have your ass backwards. Think of it. We send our police officers in Haiti or Haiti, whatever you want to call it, but you send the army to bring peace in the streets of Nairobi, but our police forces are in Haiti for a peace mission. Something is wrong with that picture. Something is wrong with that picture. Think about it. Last time I checked, the army is supposed to protect the country against enemies that threaten Kenya. These were peaceful protesters. I heard your speech and you say that you will respect the Constitution, and people should respect the Constitution, that the people have the power. But you conveniently didn't read that part of the Constitution that says that the people can express their sovereign authority either indirectly or directly. Just think about that. I'll play his speech. Apparently, Uhuru Kenyatta also gave a statement. This just exposed your government. Before I go on, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I will kindly, this is a special day, and I will kindly ask you to help me share this message with Ruto. To Ruto. Not share it with Ruto, but to Ruto. I want it to get to Ruto and his minions. And the only way you can do that is please like the video and subscribe to this channel. Because when you like it again, this video will circulate in the system so people can see it. As many people as can. And subscribe to the channel so we can communicate here. I will read your comments. I'll come into the comment section. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's get to the issue. One thing I will not do, I will not play the video of the dead bodies of the young folks that were shot. Okay? I'll play other videos, but I won't show the dead bodies lying there. That's just disrespect to the fallen comrades. Unfortunately, I didn't get their names. The only names that I know so far is Rex. And actually, there was a street there was that the protesters put that was Rex. So rebel salute to Rex and everybody else. But we shall, once their names comes out and we figure out who lost their lives, I shall read them here and we shall honor them. This has been long coming. Okay? It has been long coming. I saw the video and you all watched it with me when the young folks, Gen Z, went to the parliament. One thing I noticed when they were approaching the parliament building, the Azimio protesters started communicating with they were nervous. Yes, they were nervous. Not only that, before they even got there, the Azimio decided to reject the bill in its entirety. At first, they proposed some amendments, but then at last they realized this thing is serious. They withdrew it. Wakakubaliana ati watai reject, just like the Gen Z asked for it to be rejected. Okay? Now, a special mention to Edwin Sifuna. He came out there and he was trying to tell the police to stop shooting at the protesters. Because Sifuna understood that he's not the enemy. He understood why people were mad, why angry. So special mention to him. I usually don't see eye to eye with Sifuna politically speaking. I like the fact that he's brave, but I don't like the fact that he's associated with a party coalition that's part of the problem. But as a brave politician who understands the anger that people are feeling in the streets, he did the right thing. So we have to applaud him. Okay? For those of you, the rest of you, Osoro, Ichungwa, Shilei, Oscar Sudi, I wanted to see you outside. I was hoping you would step outside and address those young folks and explain to them why you voted yes, while they told you loudly and clearly that they wanted the whole thing rejected in its entirety. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, let me start by playing the video by Ruto. I saw Edwin Duale gave a press statement that the army will be deployed in the streets of Nairobi. On Friday, remember, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we'll be honoring Rex and all the fallen soldiers. But then on Friday, it will be Occupy State House. From the reports I'm getting is that the police are already at the State House, have cordoned off the State House. In fact, there's also security forces at Western Hotel that is rumored to be owned by William Samoei Ruto. Let me start by playing this statement by William Samoei Ruto. Before I go on, please take a moment and like the video. Again, I'm asking all of you to do that, especially today, because the message has to be, we have to pump this message into William Samoei's cranium. He has to get it, because the only way to stop this is to heed to the calls of the millions of youth and Kenyan people in general that are telling you to not only reject this finance bill in its entirety, stop corruption, fire the people who have been your cabinet who are corrupt, who are not performing, and the list goes on. Because now the hashtag is changing from Occupy Parliament to Ruto must go. And to be fair to whoever started it, the people that started it, if you look at the ground right now, there's no reason to believe that Ruto will continue being president. I don't see it. He cannot. His legitimacy is gone, out of the window. He's done. And I'll explain to you how Ruto will finally be removed from office in a minute. Let's start by listening to his statement. I don't know if you guys had the opportunity to listen to the message. It's a short one. It's like 4 minutes in your statement. Let's go through it and listen to it. Then I'll also play Uhuru Kenyatta's statement. I won't bother with, I might play him too. What's his name? Kalonzo Musyoka. But Ruto, the message is clear, especially now that people have died. Nobody caused this. These people were peaceful. Now that blood is shed, you have to go. You have to go, Ruto. Once blood is shed, innocent blood is shed, you have to go. Ruto, you have to go. There's no negotiation. I'm sorry. No negotiation. Watu wamekufa, you have to go. You have to go. You have to go. Ile ndege yako ya 200 million, whatever the case is, whoever gave you, call that friend, let him get you that plane, na uishie. Innocent lives were lost, shot dead. That young man, it's so symbolic. It's a gruesome picture. It was a gruesome picture, which I said I will not play it here. But the fact that that young man had his brain blown off. I saw the brain, the particles. He was laying on the pavement, but his hand was still holding the flag of Kenya. Let me play this video for you guys. While I do that, please, again, I will reiterate this for those of you who are joining and everyone in the chat. Please do me a big favor. Like this video. The aim today, I see 1,150 people in the chat. Each one of you, please hit the like button so that this can circulate on YouTube, and share it in your public platforms so Ruto can see this. Itumbi, I'll get to him. He was very disrespectful to Kenyans. And he forgot how he got abducted under Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, and everyone was feeling sorry for him. But now he's mocking the people who have been abducted, the Ogudas who have been abducted. So please, as I play this video, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Just like this video. Like it and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe it. This is a platform where we shall talk. We talk about how we can improve our country, Kenya. The young folks have said, we've had enough of your bullshit, Ruto. Not only you, your cabinet, and these bullshit ass MPs, whether they are in Kenya Kwanza or Azimio, we've had enough. Like the video. Let me play this video. Let's listen to Ruto. I didn't get the chance to listen to the whole speech, but let's listen it together. Then we'll break it down. I have 1,424 people watching. please take a minute to like the video so it can circulate, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe. Do that. I impugn you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will read your comments, but let me start with Ruto. Let's get to Ruto now. Let's listen to what he's saying, because I heard he was calling these protesters criminals. Let's break it down. All right. Here it is. Hold on. Just a second. Here it is.
Security and stability of our country. As the people of Kenya go to bed tonight, I give you my assurance that your security, that of your families and property, remains my utmost priority. To the young people of Kenya, who I must thank for helping our country organize our democratic discourse around issues, I thank you and assure you that the conversation you have begun around pertinent issues of our nation will continue to inform our policy and governance decisions. As I promised on Sunday, this conversation will not be in vain. I will not only champion for the cause of issue-based, policy-oriented, and tribeless engagement on critical national issues, but also provide a framework for this conversation to be processed and its outcomes implemented. However, our national conversation on any subject matter must be conducted in a manner that respects and honors the foundational values upon which our nation is established, namely constitutionalism, the rule of law, and respect for institutions. It is very painful for Kenya that a conversation this crucial was hijacked by dangerous people who have cost us the kind of loss we have incurred as a nation today. It is possible that the criminals who rained terror on innocent people and attempted to challenge our law enforcement deployments are still determined to continue with their dangerous behavior. I assure the nation of the government's determination to fulfill its constitutional duty of protecting the people of Kenya against all forms of harm. I hereby put on notice the planners, financiers, orchestrators, and abettors of violence and anarchy that the security infrastructure established to protect our republic and its sovereignty will be deployed to secure the country and restore normalcy. It is not in order or even conceivable that criminals pretending to be peaceful protesters can rain terror against the people, their elected representatives, and the institutions established under our Constitution, and expect to go scot-free. We must isolate crime from democratic expression and separate criminals from people exercising the freedom of expression and divergent opinion. I shall continue to lead a government that is fully committed to maintaining the integrity of our state, promoting the unity of our nation, and enhancing the peace and security of all citizens and their livelihoods. I am bound under sacred constitutional mandate to respect, uphold, and
Y'all,
Sorry,
here's
guys.
some news that'll put some money in everyone's
Sorry,
pocket.
guys.
Every American is able to pocket these spending.
Okay. That was just a snippet. Here's the thing. Here is the thing. Ruto want us to believe that the people who went to protest or the protest was hijacked by criminals. You know what, Ruto? Let me speak to you for a minute. If you would have said, call a press conference and said yesterday and come up and say, you know what, Wananchi, I've heard your calls and I will respect the will of the people and I will reject, resign, take back this finance bill 2024 so we can take care of the budget first, go through line by line what needs to be changed. But I'm rejecting this whole finance bill in its entirety. Since you guys have called for it, I'll do that. And we can work on the demands that you guys want. Let's not go to the streets. That alone, yes, it might seem like a loss, but it's a win. It will have brought some level of peace, so to speak. But ubaya wako Ruto ni kiburi. Your MPs, that Molo MP, what's his name? Kimani something. I forgot his name. Actually, if you guys haven't heard on the news, his house is burnt down. Kimani Chungwa also. Mkaanza ile mchezo wenu ati sijui tutachange hizo. Mmesema mtaki VAT sijui kwa mkate. Okay, we'll bring it down. Sijui nini. And people have been dealing with your bullshit for the past 2 years that you've been on office. Lies after lies after lies after lies. And you expect them to actually believe you. Ile finance bill ilipitishwa illegally. They rejected the housing levy. Ukatucheza ukajifanya ati umechange vitu alafu ukairudisha. You want to do the same. You wanted to do the same with this one. And you expect to fool people. Unatuma watu kama Oscar Sudi watuambia ati, you know what, vijana, we shall listen to you next time for the next finance bill. Let me play you something. There's a member of parliament who was really pissed off over how he was treated for holding a placard at the Ninio, at the floor of the house. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, as I play you this video, take a moment. I told you guys we are aiming for 1,000 likes in order for this video to go in the YouTube algorithm, what I party, so they can see and Ruto can read it. Please do take a moment and hit that like. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. There's 1,996 people in this chat. Please, all due respect, please, I beg you, comrades, just hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, now there's 2,044. Just hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Let me show you what's transpired that started also this thing. There's so much videos that I want to play you. I'll just highlight what had happened earlier today. Let me start with this. As I find this video. And I'll come to the matter. I'll explain to you how Ruto will go down. And if you're wondering how he will go down, just do you remember a man called Robert Mugabe? That's how Ruto is going down. And it might be before Friday. I told you, on Friday, we might be having a new president. Mkafikiri ni jokes. Mlifikiri ni jokes. It's not funny anymore, Ruto. It's not funny anymore. It's not funny. It was never funny in the first place. Okay? It was never, there was nothing funny about this. But you thought it was. I want you to watch this, gentleman. Let me play this, gentleman. This is where it started. This is where I started, on the floor. Even some MPs were just, how you have to treat people with respect.
And the orderlies, how can they go and grab a Madam Chair, you have seen what has happened in the House. The honorable member was very orderly, just carrying a placard. And the orderlies, how can they go and grab a honorable member, mishandle a honorable member in the House who was not violent, who was not fighting anybody? You want to allow the orderlies? Honorable members like that.
Honorable Wanjala, I've heard you. Honorable Wanjala, I have heard you.
You have to treat people with respect. That's the first thing you have to do. You have to treat people with respect, whether it's honorable members, whatever in the floor, or the wananchi. I'm telling you, Ruto, let me tell you something. There's no turning back from this. I know some of you are saying, oh, hii maandamano itafanyika and we shall go back. Ruto will come back and be the president and he will rule till 2027 until the next election. From how I look at things, there's no way Ruto is going back to be a president. There's no way. He cannot go back and be the president. He cannot. Hawezi. How? Watu wamekufa na ati anarudi kuwa how is that going to happen? Unaua watu. People who are peaceful. How is that going to happen? Now, let me play this video real quick. Then I'll show you how Ruto is going to be removed from presidency. I'll tell you how it's going to be done. And it's very simple. Unfortunately, people might lose their lives. But as you can see,
Kwapa na 20. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa na 20. Kwapa tunalala huku na 20. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani?
One more time.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa na 20. Kwapa tunalala huku na 20. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani.
All right. So this is what's going to happen on Thursday. Because according to the Orodha, on Thursday, it is Occupy State House. On Thursday is Occupy State House. Okay? It started with what? Occupy Parliament. They occupy the Parliament. On Thursday is Occupied State House. Now, this is what happened. The KDF, Kenya Army, have been deployed to go and bring some, or protect the State House, and they are in CBD, from my understanding. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. People will converge in Nairobi CBD. I'm not saying this is the plan. I'm just telling you how it went down in Harare. I have, again, full disclosure, I have no, people are meeting me. These things are just being posted on online, and I'm just seeing it unfold. But this is what happened in Harare. Just like today, watu walikuja wakakutana, and vile walikutana wakamua waende parliament. Same thing will happen on Thursday. This is what they'll try to do. The Kenya Army and Kenya Police probably will try to stop everybody from coming to Nairobi CBD. Watu ambao wametoka huko mbali, they will not be allowed to come into CBD. That is most likely what's going to happen on Thursday. They try to do the same thing today walijaribu ku block the roads heading up to the parliament. They'll try to do the same thing. The problem is, this is what Ruto does not get. The civilians, there are more civilians than actually the number of the police forces you'll deploy or army forces that you have. Number one, you cannot bomb them. You cannot bomb them. Hawezi kwenda kuchukua ninio bazooka uchape watu, innocent people who are just protesting. Okay? Number two, hawezi kuwaua wote. That's probably what happened in the parliament. You think what happened? There were so many people coming to parliament. At first, they started shooting people because they were hoping that if they shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, the rest shall run away. That's what they were hoping for. Tukichapa hao watu watatu, watu watakimbia. The rest of them will run. But they did not They didn't retreat. They kept on coming. They kept on coming. There was a sniper. In fact, there's a sniper who picha yake liko kwa Twitter. People are trying to pata ninio hiyo jina yake. You understand? So that's what's going to happen. There'll be millions upon millions, thousand upon thousand that shall descend to the Nairobi CBD, heading towards the White House. I mean, State House, sorry. Okay? And they'll be walking towards the State House. Now, Ruto, uko na hiyo police army yako umewaeka hapo na ambia okay, and then mkasimamisha hao watu. How are you going to stop them? What's the legally, how are you going to stop? Under what law are you going to restrict movement? Because these people are not terrorists. They have the right to association. They can associate with whoever they want. If 1 million Kenyans decide that they want to meet at Nairobi CBD and sing songs and dance for 5 hours or the whole day or for 2 days or 3 days or 5 days, they have the right to do that. So under what law are you going to justify restricting their movement or detaining them or searching them or shooting them? You won't have it. You won't. So watakuja, they'll be peaceful, watakuwa wanaimba, and they'll start walking towards State House. Na utajaribu kuwa simamisha, which you can't, because hata ukileta the whole army wasimame mbele ya State House, I'm pretty sure we don't have 1 million armed forces in Kenya. You won't be able to restrict them. And if you make a mistake of killing people, already these people, to 8 people who have died today, I think there's more because I've had reports, kuna wengine walipelekwa, I think it's like 12 people, something like that, who were injured, and some of them were dead at arrival. I don't have the exact numbers, but watu wamekufa. Ruto, you can be prosecuted for watu wamekufa. Ruto, Kindiki, all of you. Ed and Wale, because number one, you're violating people's rights. They have the right to associate and move. So that's why I'm saying this is how it's going to go down. Watu watatoka, waende waseme haya, mkutano iko CBD Nairobi on Thursday. I'm just using an example. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. Okay? Mkutano CBD on Thursday. Tukutane saa moja or whatever the case is, the renewal. And watakusanyika from all sides of Ninio. Watatokea every part of Ninio. East, west, north, whatever. Na wakishakutana. Remember, guys, I played you yesterday. I played you the video of how they made it to Ninio. How watu walienda Uhuru Park in 2017 when Raila was Ninio. Aliapishwa as the people's president. That's the same thing that happened. People showed up from every part of Kenya. Kisumu, Mombasa, wapi. And there were so many people that they overwhelmed the police. The same thing that happened today. The same thing that happened today. There were so many people that Ruto could not stop. Alianza kuchapa watu bunduki wapi akawa 8 people. And they're going to pay for that. Ruto, don't think that you'll run away from this. Utalipa. You'll be tried. And if convicted, if found guilty. So when people converge and meet downtown CBD in Nairobi, 2 million, 10, 6, whatever the case is, what will the army do? Kenyan army, who are supposed to protect the very people that are going to converge in Nairobi. What will that army do? Ruto, answer that question. That's the exact thing that happened in Harare, Zimbabwe. And it reached a point where the top generals of the army, they had to go to Mugabe's office at your state house, Harare, and told Zimbabwe, hey, boss, I'm sorry, but you have to go. You have to step down. You have to step down. You have to step down. We are sorry, you have to step down. There's no way, there's no if, but about it. You have to step down. So Ruto, either way you look at it, you're doomed. The only way to save your skin, Ruto, listen to these people. Mimi ningekuwa wewe Ruto, ningeenda hapo, nianze hata kupiga nduru. Niseme poleni. Nimeiba, nitachukua nitawarudishia pesa, muache tu nifike 2027 niishie. But your ego is too huge. You're a colonial stooge, colonial puppet. Then to make the matters worse, unaita press conference and calling these very people who are protesting, calling them criminals. Calling them criminals. Unawaita criminals. Let me play you some more videos, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades. Take a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, take a minute. I want you guys to take a minute. There are 3,617 people watching right now. Like the video. The only thing I'm asking for is 1,000 likes. Today, 1,000 likes so this thing can roll over so everybody can see it on YouTube. And all of you who are watching, please take a minute and subscribe to this channel, Kenya Revolutionary channel. You can see the name on the screen. It's Kenya Revolutionary. Get to the screen. This YouTube, I'm assuming you're watching YouTube. Subscribe to this channel. Ruto needs to get the memo. Ruto needs to go get the memo. This is all about it. Days of having ukabila imeisha. Gen Z wameimaliza. We are not depending on Azimio. We're not depending on Kenya Kwanza or whatever funny outfit that's out there. This is a Kenyan movement led by Gen Z, young folks who are tired, sick of tired, and of being tired. Lied to for years. Tunaangalia corruption na ama jamaa, they are flossing with their money na pesa yao na Gucci na nini. Alafu anatuambia tuna pesa, lipeni ushuru. What is this? Huh? All right, let me play with Neo. Another video. Sorry, let me play you another video. Please, guys, take a minute. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe. It's free. Subscribe and make sure you like. The aim today is 1,000 likes, so the algorithm can put your video out there so people can get it. Okay. All right. Let me show you. Kenyatta also said something about this. Let's listen to it. Thank you so much.
Uhuru Kenyatta has sent in his statement and says the following: that I come to you with a heavy heart, saddened by the loss of lives occasioned by the current situation prevailing in our country. It is the right of every Kenyan to protest as determined by the Constitution we all promulgated in 2010. It is also the duty of leaders to listen to those they lead. The former president says that at this trying time for our country, I want to remind all leaders that they were elected by the people. Listening to the people is not a choice, but a mandate enshrined in the principles of our Constitution and in the very basis and philosophy of democracy. Former President Kenyatta says leaders must know that power and authority they have is donated to them by the people. He continues to say, I therefore call for calm and for the leadership to show restraint and do the right thing by listening to the people, and not be a leadership to embrace dialogue and speak to the people and not at the people. I pray for peace and understanding on the part of each and every Kenyan, and for all of us to remember that Kenya is bigger than one of us. There's nothing cast in stone that cannot be changed. And his signs of saying, God bless Kenya. His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the fourth president of the Republic of Kenya, speaking to the country.
Okay. Uhuru Kenyatta. That's a lovely message by Uhuru Kenyatta, but sorry, Uhuru Kenyatta. When you are president, you are doing the very same thing Ruto is doing. So while that's a wonderful message, no. But here's the thing. One thing Ruto can do to stop all this. Ita press conference again kesho asubuhi kabla watu watajaamka. Tell the people you are sorry. Vile nani unakumbuka yule, what's the name of that guy from Kiari? Whatever, from Ridiculous. Tell them you're sorry and toa your finance bill. My only fear is, you know what? It might be too late. Mnasikia? Thank you so much. Kalonzo was up here too. Kalonzo alijitokeza. The Azimio folks are trying to sell us their ninio. I don't know what they're thinking. Gen Z are saying Ruto out. And by the way, Azimio, you are not the answer. Nyinyi pia mukanyamaze. Kalonzo Musyoka ulikula pesa 100 million ya NADCO. Mulikuwa mnataka change constitution, mutengeneze so you can get your own positions. So what are you telling Kenyans? We want a fresh, clean mandate. Ruto atoke, tuanze tuchague new leaders from the ground. Thursday, occupy State House. Thursday, occupy State House. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades. This is a revolution. A peaceful, popular uprising. Revolution. Revolution. I even doubt even if Ruto akitokea kesho aanze kusema ati I'm sorry, I don't know if people will even try to listen. Your time is up. Toka. Kwenda kabisa. Where was Osoro? Kimani Chungwa, Ndindi Nyoro, Oscar Sudi, Those who like watu wa kiburi walikuwa wapi? I didn't see them. Can somebody tell me where did you see them? Nilisikia walikimbia, waliingia kwa tunnel. Can somebody tell me where they were? Any news? Mlikuwa wapi? Ile kiburi iliisha ichungwa. This is a revolutionary movement. Revolutionary movement. I'm so Gen Z and everyone out there, I'm so glad nothing happened to the faces of this movement. I'm not saying they're the leaders, but they're faces of this movement. I'm surprised they haven't been abducted yet. Hanifa, Boniface Mwangi, Cairo, I think his name is Khalif. This is a revolutionary movement. Tuliwaambia hii kitu itakuwa kama Sri Lanka. Mkafikiri ni mchezo. Let's listen to Kalonzo with the ODM people. Hata hao pia walishikwa na uoga kidogo. Hao pia wamejitokezea statement yao. Hebu tusikie wanasema nini. Let's listen to them after all what's happened.
Secretary General wa Jubilee Party na wengine bado wako njiani wanakuja, wakiwemo wabunge wetu. Wengi bado wako kwenye maeneo ya bunge. Kumekuwa na mchafuko alasiri ya leo, na tunasikitika sana ya kwamba Wakenya wamepoteza maisha yao, na tumekuwa na umwagikaji damu katika bunge letu la Kenya. Kwa miaka yetu 60 ile tumesherekea Madaraka Day, hatujawahi kuwa na tukio kama hili. Wakenya kuwawa mbele ya bunge yao, mbele ya wanahabari na dunia yote. Na leo tunataka tukashifu kabisa kitendo hiki cha kihalifu. Polisi waliotumia risasi kuua watoto wetu, na tuambie ya kwamba wote wataajibika mbele ya sheria. Pili, tunataka tuseme ya kwamba Mheshimiwa Ruto alikuwa amesema kule Nyahururu ya kwamba ako tayari kuwasikiza Wakenya na haswa kizazi cha Gen Z, na leo badala ya kuwasikiza ameamuru polisi wake kurusha risasi, kurusha tear gas, kuwajeruhi na kuwaua watoto wetu. Hawa watoto sio wa Azimio, sio wa Kenya Kwanza, ni watoto wa Kenya ambao wamekuja kutetea haki zao, na wana haki kulingana na kipengee cha 37 cha katiba yetu kufanya maandamano ambayo wamefanya siku ya leo. Njia ya kinyama ambayo wameshughulikiwa na polisi wetu, sisi kama wanaazimio tunakashifu, na tunasema kufika kesho tutakuwa tunapeana taarifa zaidi baada ya kupata ripoti kutoka maeneo yote ya nchi yetu, kaunti 47, sababu tuwasikia kando na mauaji ya Nairobi, kaunti zingine pia kuna majeruhi na kuna Wakenya wamepoteza maisha yao. Lakini kwa leo tuwasema kitendo kimefanyika bungeni, Wakenya kupoteza imani na wabunge wao ambao wameongeza ushuru kiholela, wameambiwa hawasikii, na Waswahili wanasema asiyesikia la mkuu huvunjika guu. Wakuu wetu ni Wakenya, wale wameingia bungeni leo, na kitendo cha leo cha maanisha Wakenya wamepoteza imani na bunge yao, wamepoteza imani na serikali ya William Samoei Arap Ruto, na sisi tunaungana na Wakenya wote kutoka sehemu zote za Kenya ambao wamesema Ruto must go, ambao wamesema Ruto must resign. Na tumwambia badala ya wewe kuendelea kuwa pale na Wakenya wamepoteza imani nawe, uongozi wako na serikali yako, jiuzulu ili uzuie umwagikaji damu. Vijana wawili wamewawa tangu maandamano haya yaanze, kijana Evans, kijana Rex, vijana wadogo sana. Kando na hawa bado tulikuwa tunafuatilia, hata hawajazikwa leo vijana wengine wamewawa na Bwana Ruto na askari wake. Leo kama wanaazimio tunaungana na Wakenya wengine kusema Ruto must go, Ruto must resign, he must do the honorable thing. Sababu Wakenya kuingia pale wachukue ile the mess of parliament, authority of parliament, inamaanisha bunge hilo na serikali hii hawana imani nao tena. So let them do their honorable thing and resign. That is what we are calling upon them. Na nataka wenzangu waweze kuongelea mambo haya. Lakini pia kama waziri wa ulinzi.
Okay. Huyo ni what's his name? Wamalwa. Wamalwa ameongea hapo. Hao ni Azimio. Azimio don't know what to do. Somebody asked on the chat wanauliza ati where is Raila Odinga? I have no idea. But this is not about Raila Odinga. This is not about Azimio. This is not about Kenya Kwanza. This is about a new beginning. A new beginning. The first step is to remove William Samoei Ruto. Remove him. All of him. Him and his CSS. Wakina Murkomen. Wakina huyu jamaa wa fertilizer alikula fertilizer alafu akarudi kwa nini? Kwa bunge. Na Kumicha, Moses Kuria, yote watoke. On Thursday, listen to me, Ruto, if you're listening, and please, ladies and gentlemen, I want Ruto to get this. Do me a favor. Like this video. We want 1,000 likes so that Ruto can get this. Ingie kwa algorithm. Na kama uja subscribe, naona there are 3,714 people watching this. All of you, please, I hope you have subscribed already. Subscribe and like. But the most important thing is this. Ruto resign so that we don't have any bloodshed. Because on Thursday, these peaceful Kenyans, protesters, Gen Zs, whatever you want to call them, they want a peaceful protest. They want to pass you a message and remind you that we do not want this finance bill. In fact, at this point, it's not even about the finance bill anymore. It's about you getting out. Talker. I'm sorry. This is where it's heading. It's not about finance bill. Ruto, talker. We need a new elections. We need to elect a new leader. It's over, Ruto. It's over. Kwisha, finito. Sayako imepita. We're not waiting till 2027. Sayako imekwisha.
Be fearless. Revolutionaries, Gen Zs and millennials, remain focused. Be disciplined. Be vigilant. Be fearless. Do not take anything for granted. Do not trust any of the people that Ruto has sent to infiltrate the revolution. This revolution will be televised. You're making history. You're sending a Western puppet home. Ruto must go. Zakayo atashuka, whether he likes it or not. Reject Finance Bill 2024. We are going to have fresh elections. Kenya is going to start afresh.
Okay. Okay. All right. Somebody is asking me to talk about KDF, Kenya Defense Forces. Maybe you're just getting in right now, but I will help you a little bit. In order for the military to be deployed, the parliament has to approve for them to be deployed. You understand? The parliament legally, the Parliament has to pass a motion to approve the military to be deployed. Ruto cannot just wake up and say, army, and then him defend the people, whatever he's doing right now. What he's doing regarding the army, sending them to the Neo, is unconstitutional. It is unconstitutional. The army should not hawafai kuingia kwa maninio mambo ya wananchi. In fact, let me show you a section. I highlighted this. It is about the army. They do not have the legal mandate to do that. The army does not. They don't. And I will show you where that is. I'll show you very quickly since you asked. That's a very good question. I know most of you are asking me, can you talk about the KDF? And I've said, you think about it. Ebu jiulize. Kesho watu milioni moja or Thursday, watu milioni moja, 2, 3 or 6 wakijitokeza CBD wakisema wanataka kwenda State House, hata ukileta hao majeshi, what will they do to those people? What will they do differently from what they did today? What the police did today? The army are not trained to deal na civilians. The army are trained to kuingia mambo ya war. And in order to deploy an army, the parliament has to approve that, which they haven't. So it's an illegality in itself. I'm sure lawyers tomorrow, lawyers of these Gen Zs will run to the Ninio, well, wataenda Supreme Court hapo, I mean High Court, whatever the case is, Kotini, and they'll file a motion against this move. Even when there's a disaster, tuseme kama there's a threat, this is a civilian issue. Yes, I agree. Vote of no confidence. And that's where we're heading. Let me read you that. I had it on my page. Let me just show you this real quick. Where is it? Let me say. Somebody send it. You can even, it's a simple Google. The new itakuonyesha hiyo. Let me show you. Let me show you that. Here it is. I showed it. It show you. Hold on. Ndio hiyo. All right. Army may be deployed to restore peace in any part of Kenya affected by unrest or instability only with the approval of the National Assembly. Only with the approval of what? National Assembly. So Ruto sending army to the Ninio, waende hapo kwa Ninio, CBD or whatever, the State House, is an illegality. So if I was, and I hope Gen Z mtafanya hivi, the first order is to send some lawyers waende kotini, because this is a very important issue. Waambie the courts, hey, can you, court order was toy order army tolewe kwa Ninio CBD, because the issue hasn't been approved by the National Assembly. It is on Article 241, establishment of Defense Forces and Defense Council. So army cannot be used to deal with these protesters. It is an illegality. It's unconstitutional. Duale doesn't know. Duale hata ni mtu wa kudeal naye kweli huyo Duale. So you get me? Hatuwezi kuendelea hivi. So Gen Z, whoever is involved in all this, kama if you're a lawyer, please, hiyo maneno ipelekwe kotini mara moja. Because that's it's an unconstitutional for Ruto to order the defense forces to go Ninio kwa stop watu. Okay? Aden Duale is I don't know what is that. Aden Duale ni mtu kweli? Huh? So you see. So many Apple. Look at the screens. The Constitution actually says you can legally overthrow government if they are tyrannical. The people can exercise their authority what? Directly. And that's what they were doing today. That's what they were doing today. Watu walisema parliament is not working. The lawmakers are not working. They are not listening to us. They are not representing us. They're not representing our interest. So guess what? Tutachukua maneno, tutachukua the issue mkononi. That is what we shall do. Tuache mchezo. Ruto, toka. In fact, let me say this. I don't know whether you guys are sijui mnyi mnafikiriaje kwa hii maneno. Occupy Parliament imeisha. Occupy ninio. Finance bill. Bado ni reject finance bill. But you know what? You know where I'm at right now? Ruto resign. Ruto toka. Toka. Hashtag Ruto toka. Ruto toka. Tumechoka. That is the new hashtag. Ruto must go. Hashtag Ruto toka. Hashtag Ruto resign. Hashtag Ruto toka. Hashtag Ruto must go. He must. Unatuchezea sana. Immediately. Na hata si nini, sio tafadhali, ni immediately. Not right now, but right now. That's the new hashtag. Nanisikia? Ladies and gentlemen, take a minute. I'm giving you a minute. Tafadhali, a minute. Dakika moja tu. Sio mingi. Like the video. There are 3,771 people watching. Please. I'm aiming for 1,000 likes. So this can go to the algorithm. So Ruto can read this. Can see this. Okay? And if you haven't subscribed, all of you, 3,700 and tafadhali subscribe Leo today. Somebody is saying the KDF should take over. The general should take over. The general of the country. Well, they can't legally take over. Why should they take over? We have a constitution which tells us who can take over. General haizi kuchukua unenio unless it's a coup d'etat. If it's a military coup d'etat, then that's another case. Military coup d'etats are usually legal anyway. But, you know, that can happen if the government in place is not doing what the people want, like the case in Burkina Faso. And I see some people are saying, oh, they are starting to blame Russians. Ahmed Nasser alikuwa anasema ati sijui Putin. You know, they were saying ati kwa sababu Ruto have been declared to be an ally, a non-NATO ally. So Russia Putin akafanya hiyo kitu. No, but these people are Kenyans are the ones who are speaking. Mimi sikuona Mrusi hata mmoja hapo, so you can't blame Russians. What are you talking about, Ruto? Yeah? Our friend anaitwa nani? Huyu mama anaitwa Esther Passeris, hata pia alikuwa na mambo ya kusema. Kweli watu leo wanasiasa. But one thing I'm very proud of people is that right, good year. Huh? The one thing we have instilled fear. By the way, mlisikia, I heard there was one member of parliament who fainted when they heard that Inani ameingia huko. Mlisikia hiyo habari? There was one member of parliament, I don't know if it was several. Yes, I like Chris Coley. I like that hashtag Ruto Talker. Hashtag Ruto Talker. Saa yako imefika. Kwenda kabisa. Your time is up. Ruto, your time is up. Your time is up. Like the video, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video. Like and subscribe. 1,000 likes is the goal today. Let me play you Esther Passaris alikuwa anasema nini. Yeah. By the way, if you're living in Nairobi, the next women rep, I don't know if she's running for this, but Hanifa, whatever her name is, I wish Hanifa can run for Senate or women rep or something. These are the young people we want now in power. I am so proud of that lady. Boniface Pia and Cairo, Caliph. They did us proud. I know they're not the leaders, but they're the face, kind of the face of the movement. Please, everyone, like and subscribe so you can get more of this. All right, let's listen to this real quick.
Managed to get inside, and the county courts was actually raided on to fire these as protesters went on the streets today as they continue to oppose the Finance Bill 2024. This is a departure on what we saw last week, where the protests were peaceful, but today things took the other turn. Let's look at the pictures from Rift Valley, Western Kishore County. What happened today?
Yani bado mapapa wametoka kule maskini.
And from what we are
in the new dispensation, this is what we should do as Kenyans. No one from previous government, previous political parties should be allowed back in Neo. Ruto atoke. Ruto atoke na hiyo serikali yake yote. All his cabinet secretaries, all the CSS, all the sijui nini MPs affiliated with Kenya Kwanza, wote. The same thing, with the exception of a few. There's exception of a few. To me personally, I will take Okiya Omtata to be the president. You have stood up for Kenyans. Everyone from Kenya Kwanza waende nyumbani. Kila mtu kutoka Azimio aende nyumbani, with the exception of a few. I have a soft spot for maybe Sifuna. At least he seems reasonable. We have to have new faces. Wakina Hanifa, wakina Boniface Mwangi, wakina Cairo, wakina hao ndio watu tunataka kuona kwa serikali sasa. Hao ndio tunataka kuona kwa serikali. Not these clowns. Wakina nani Oscar Sudi warudi nyumbani. I saw Oscar Sudi's Ninio getting burned down. I don't know if you guys saw that. What a Ninio. What a scene to behold. Tafadhali, thank you very much. Take a minute. Take a minute Revolution is taking place, and it is being televised. Take a minute to subscribe to this channel. 3,213 people watching. Please take 1 second and hit the subscribe button to this channel, Kenya Revolutionary. Like, share, and subscribe. Please, please, I will read your comments. I will start reading your comments. Yes, I'll start. I'll try as fast as I can. Okay. Thank you. Goodyear is telling us, urging us, please like the video, share, and subscribe. It's been an hour. I always go an hour. Wasafi saying Matiang'i for president. No. No. Matiang'i was dumping bodies in River Yala. No. Ndechi, abductions, John Courier. Yes. Kenyans are the bosses. You're right. We should look. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades, I'll give you guys a few minutes. I usually go for an hour, but let me take this opportunity to thank all of you. There were now 2,870 people watching. I would like to thank all of you. Washi 254, Silas Mutuli, James Bugua, Dennis Waweru, John Kuria, Gudia kama kawaida, James Bugua. I mean, all of you guys, Mark Ranger, Ladam, all of you for taking part of the Nasir Ali Farah, Rattle League Oscar, Brian King, DJ Shark 254, Lois Kalekwe, Simon Macharia, Mwangi Official JM, Samson Owur, Mohammed Abdi Fataha, Eric Wangila, R. Florence, Anthony Omondi. I would like to thank you so much. Guys, I have to end it here. It's been an hour. But one thing I want to ask you very kindly, I said I'm aiming for 1,000 likes so this channel can circulate in the system, YouTube algorithm, so people can get it and get the message. The youth, this is a place where the youth, we talk about what's ailing Kenya. Please subscribe. Come on, just subscribe. Yes, Oduoro Kiomtata, that's my man. I hope he becomes the president of Kenya. He is looking out for us. He has been talking about the debt. We need to check the debt, audit the debt. How much do we really owe? Okay. Tracy Wambui, I agree with you. Hashtag shutdown. Yes. Oh my God, I can't even read all of you. It's going so quick. David Owino, very nice. Thank you so much. Yes. Kevin Olo, I feel your pain. Chepindi, watching from DC. Hey, DC. I hope you guys went to that Ninio that was happening in DC, because there was a Ninio Kenyan thing going DC. Okay. So I hope you were part of it. Yes. Ruto must go. Na subscribe charity. Yes. Thank you very much. Morris, everyone. Guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm here every day, an hour. So join me. Subscribe. I want 1,000 likes. That's the minimum. You can make it 5,000, you can make it 10,000. Please subscribe to the channel. All of you guys, subscribe. So, tell your friends about this. Share this, like, share, comment, and all that stuff. Thank you so much. It's been a blessing. I cannot thank you so much. Miss Wanaina, yes. Stay sound. Your next. On Thursday, yeah. Anthony, thank you so much. You've subscribed. Thank you so much. The cyber hacker. Oh my Lord. Hi, Jamani. Tracy Mambui. If you know someone who's been arrested, yes. If you know somebody who's arrested, please. What was that? Tracy, what do you say? If you know someone who's been arrested today, speak up so they can be released. Absolutely agree with you. Yes. The comments are coming quick and fast. Thank you. Subscribe to this channel. Like it and all that stuff, okay? Again, hashtag Ruto Toka, Ruto resign, Zakayo utashuka, upende usipende, whether you like it or not, itafanyika. It will happen. It's about to happen. I said it. On Friday, we might have a new president, a new leader in Kenya, okay? Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. Join me tomorrow. I'll come in again. We shall talk about what's happening. We'll see what's happening tomorrow as the schedule is. Rex will be honoring the people who are fallen. So I'll stay in tune for that. Again, My name is Kenya Revolutionary. You can follow me on Twitter or X, same name, or find me on YouTube right here, like as you are, most of you are. Just subscribe, like, share. I want to thank you so much. Do that, and I will see you guys later. Ama namna gani? Sawa, same spirit. Ruto Toka. The revolution is and will be televised. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Peace and blessings. Asanteni.